Our second program that we'd like to highlight is Big Brothers Big Sisters. We have a very strong mentoring program in our school system, and to tell us about that is the Big Brother Big Sister Executive Director, Kim Clark.
Hi, good afternoon. Thank you for having me here today. As you may be aware, I'm not very good at PowerPoints. Big Brothers Big Sisters in Fairfield County has been in existence for 30 years now. And in our recent iteration of our programming, we are very proud to have a very strong program in the Lancaster City Schools. Our vision is that all children will achieve success in life, and that we are able to provide children facing adversity with strong and enduring professionally supported mentorships. And as I was listening to David share his successes, we're kind of the next step down the chain, is how do we get children who are at risk, who are living in poverty and all types of situations in their home life that they don't have control over. What are the things that we can do to encourage them and to provide them the support that they need so that once they get to high school, they are thinking ahead and they are thinking about their futures and feeling positive about their futures. And that's really what our program is all about. And that takes partnership. It takes partnership within the greater community. It takes caring volunteers. It takes parents and guardians who share that vision for their children. And it takes the partnership with the schools, because without the feedback and the support of everyone in this school district, from the bus drivers to the teachers to the counselors to the administration in those buildings, we know that we wouldn't have access to those children to help support them. So that is a really great benefit of the partnership that we're very thankful for. For the 2015-2016 school year, within the Lancaster City Schools, we mentored 100 children, 65 in our school-based program and 35 in our community-based program. That is more children than we have ever served in our school-based program, nearly double what we had done the previous year. And I think that all of your guidance counselors and teachers will share with you that the need continues to grow. And that's something that we want to stay focused on. In terms of our mentors, we had 50 high school students that were bigs in our school-based program, and those kids are amazing. They have a way of connecting with these young students, and the youngsters look up to those high schoolers, and I think a lot of times can make a connection that as adults we can't always make. And we really see it as we watch those matches flourish and grow over the course of the school year. We also have 40 adults who are giving of their time to mentor students within the district. And in last school year, it was the first time that we had active matches in every building. And that is really something that we want to be able to continue to grow because we know the needs are there in every building. And I want to talk a little bit about our outcomes. We have a very structured outcome measurement system with Big Brothers Big Sisters in the national organization, and we evaluate through surveying over 21 different asset areas that cover three main goals. We look at confidence, competence, and caring. In the confidence area, we want to look at self-confidence. A child's ability to express feelings. Can they make decisions? Do they have interests or hobbies? Personal hygiene, appearance. Do they have a sense of their futures? Competence. Do they understand and know how to use community and school resources? How is their academic performance? What is their attitude towards school? Are they prepared for school? Are they participating in the classroom? And then on the other side of that, are they avoiding delinquency? Are they avoiding substance abuse? Are they avoiding early parenting, which we all know are issues that they're dealing with in their homes? And the next thing goes to caring, about showing trust, about respecting cultures, about having positive relationships with families, with peers, and with adults. We use a variety of tools. We do baseline questions at the beginning of each match around all of these assets. We look at strength of relationships with baseline questions, and then questions throughout the duration of the match with the bigs and the littles to get an assessment of how that match is progressing. We also get individual program outcome surveys completed by mentors and teachers at the end of the school year to get a bigger picture view of how the students are doing. And our results last year were very encouraging. When we looked in the goal area of confidence, we found that 95% of the students in our program had an improved self-confidence. 86% were better able to express their feelings from the beginning to the end of the school year. 78% were really showing development of better decision-making skills, which we know is critical as students are growing up. And you can see some of the other, improvement in personal hygiene, interests, hobbies, and a keener sense of the future. Kids have to believe that they have a future and that there are positive things on the horizon for them to be successful. Competence, I really bolded the things that really stood out to me. When you talk about 83% of the students showing improvement in academic performance, that's really what we're all about. And it starts with the development of a positive attitude about school that they may not be hearing at home. And we had 93% of our students indicated that they felt better about school, they felt more positive about school, they wanted to go to school, and they're also participating in the classroom. They're not sitting in the back with their head down on the chair. They really are participating, and they're engaging with their bigs throughout the school year to help them. We have great relationships with the teachers in the district. A lot of the teachers will send notes to the bigs, or, this student maybe needs a little help in this area, or they're struggling with reading. Can you spend a little bit of extra time with that? And having that type of communication really makes a huge difference in helping those students achieve. And caring, I think for our program, it comes down to relationships, and it comes down to building that relationship of trust. And we see a lot of students, especially students that are coming in new to our program and aren't familiar with it, can be very guarded, especially at the beginning of the match, because they don't know what the program is all about. They're not sure what they're doing there sometimes. But we do see improvement in those attitudes, in those trust factors with caring adults, and also in relationships with their family and their peers and other adults. And we know that kids bring a lot of baggage sometimes to school that's going on at home, and if they can find a space where they're more comfortable, then that's going to make a huge difference. Opportunities and challenges for us. I don't know if we're going to go. Where am I pointing this? Last school year, we still had over 30 children who remain on a waiting list for a mentor. Volunteers are our biggest challenge. Along with that, we're not actively advertising for littles. I can't imagine if we did the situation we would be in. We are constantly in need of volunteers, both at the high school level and also adults in the community, and really implore each of you to give that some thought in your businesses, in your communities, in your churches. We're happy to come out and talk to anyone who has an interest in getting involved with us, because the need is very real. And imagine the impact we could make if we really could provide every child who needs one with a mentor. Last year, we lost 30 high school mentors to graduation. It's kind of incredible when you think about the number of high school students that stepped up, and we had some of those students who actually had 2 littles last year. They looked at their schedule and they looked at our waiting list and said, you know what, I've got that extra period on this day, I could be a mentor to someone else, which says a lot for our students. But it also compounds our need for mentors. And with our program staff, we are a very lean machine. We have 4 regular staff. Last year, we were very fortunate to be able to also bring in some retired teachers to help us with some of that ongoing match support, and we hope to be able to continue to do that. But just know that we run on a very tight budget and a very tight schedule, and we're serving as many kids as our budget will allow, and we're always looking at ways to serve more. And we certainly appreciate your support and the tremendous partnership that we have with the board, with the administration, the faculty and staff, with our students and families, and also our community members and volunteers. And we appreciate the opportunity. We know that we're all making a difference. We see it in the outcomes with the district. We see it in our outcomes. And we just want to continue to build and grow this partnership. Does anyone have any questions?
Thank you, Kim.
Thanks.
Any questions for Kim?
What ages are the elementary students? What grade level?
We have students in all grade levels.
All grade levels.
A lot of the matches, we will come in and do an assessment and an interview with students as they're referred to us. And it more comes out of the interview. We need to make sure that the child is able to form a relationship with another person and is able to communicate and have that interaction. But we have students from kindergarten all the way through 12th grade. Most of our high school students have adult mentors. And with our high school students, they have to be 16 to participate as a big in the program, but they are generally matched with elementary students, K through 5. And we have some of those matches, depending on when the match is made, that they may mentor them in middle school as well.
Thank you.
Well, thank you, Kim. We certainly appreciate our partnership with you and the great impact that you're making primarily on our younger students, and we just look forward to continuing a great relationship. So thank you very much for coming and sharing with us.